Our Majestic storm is here in the Live Impact studio now. Majestic, yesterday was kind of brutal.
I know, and can you believe it's only getting hotter from here? And kind of by a lot.
Kind of by a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, it's a little rough. We're getting delirious. I'm trying to stay hydrated, though.
Good job. You got to stay hydrated early because by the time you're getting thirsty, you got problems. So, yes, it is going to get hot. That is why we've issued this WCNC weather impact alert. Yes, it is today, but it extends all the way through Sunday. And it's not just simply because it's hot, but because we're dealing with dangerous heat as we're heading into our 4th of July weekend. Let's look outside. It is a beautiful start to our Thursday. Lots of sunshine. We're looking at what could be our first 100-degree day by tomorrow, and then eventually, more near normal temperatures will return. That'll be early and next week. I know many of you are looking forward to that relief, but we still got a ways to go. So those are the few things that we're looking at right now. Our current temperatures, we're at 81 degrees here in Charlotte. 81, and it's just after 9:30 in the morning, so a very warm start to the day. Out there in Lincolnton, 84 degrees. If you're somebody who likes to wake up and you like to go out for your morning walk or run, hopefully you already got that done, because this is what it feels like. Again, not even 10 o'clock in the morning, and it feels like we're into the low 90s there in Lincolnton. Feels like we're at 86 here in Charlotte, and then low 90s just to the north of us. So this is, of course, the big weather story today, the return of this heat. And honestly, I would say that even into the overnight hours, we just didn't cool down a whole lot. So the heat hasn't been going anywhere. And that's a big part of our weather forecast, is that we have multiple days in a row with high overall daytime highs and high overnight lows too. Yesterday, we officially topped off at 96 degrees. Today, I'm forecasting a high of 99. Now, remember, those are our air temperatures. Once you factor in the humidity, it's going to feel even hotter than that. High temperatures across the area, mainly into the upper 90s and even some low 100s. So it just depends on where you're going to be spending time at today. We will feel the heat and the humidity. If you work outside in the elements, I especially think about you, those people who work so hard for hours and hours outside, people who deliver mail, people who are delivering a lot of our Amazon packages, or anything that you do outside. Just make sure you're really listening to your body as well, because I know that you know it's going to be hot, but sometimes this dangerous heat can really sneak up on you. So make sure you're constantly hydrating, even the night before. That really, really helps. Electrolytes are a good idea. And if you just get too hot or maybe a little lightheaded, just sitting down in the shade can make a big difference. Let's talk about our record. So for tomorrow, forecasting a high of 100 degrees. So tomorrow could be our first 100-degree day of the year. Our record high for tomorrow is 99 degrees. That was set back in 1931. Now let's focus in on the 4th. Do you have plans for the 4th of July? Are you having a cookout in your backyard? Maybe you're packing up the family and you're heading out to the lake. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to be hot enough to be taking a nice cool dip in the lake or the pool, but it is going to be extremely hot. 101 degrees is our forecasted high on Saturday. If we hit that mark on Saturday for the 4th of July, that would be the hottest 4th of July on record here in Charlotte. Our current record is 99 degrees, set back in 1993. I don't think we'll break the record on Sunday, but Sunday will still be a toasty one. We will be under heat advisories starting at noon today, and they'll stay in place until tonight for the majority of our viewing area. I think this is just going to be a big thing that we're going to have to focus in on for the next few days. Likely, the National Weather Service will have this in place for multiple days in a row. So this is issued by the National Weather Service, kind of just an added layer for us to tell you that it's not just hot, it's really that heat that's taking it to the next level. So we're weather impact alert. Remember, we issue these days when we're dealing with dangerous, even life-threatening weather. So heat is going to be that. So I need you to take this very seriously. We'll stay under weather impact alert until Sunday, because I showed you some of the temperatures, but once you add in the humidity, it could feel up to 107, possibly a little bit higher than that, kind of just depending on where you are. So this is what the big weather story is. Now for today, this is what the forecast looks like. It's gorgeous out there this morning. I think by the afternoon, we will have a few clouds sneak in, and temperatures today, they're going to be hot. Remember, mid to upper 90s, but once you factor in that humidity, I like this graphic because the big number shows you the air temperature. The small number below it shows you the heat index value. So that is is what it will feel like on your skin. Notice a 20% chance for a pop-up shower or storm. This is a little new in our forecast. I'll walk you through that in just a second, but I still want to focus in on what it feels like. I mean, I've been walking my dog, just short little walks, and it doesn't take long at all, and then all of a sudden I'm sweating, and that's just simply walking. So yeah, imagine people who have to be outside in the elements for a long time. By tomorrow, this is what it could feel like, up to about 106, 107, not out of the question for our Friday forecast. Now our dew points, remember dew points, that's what we use in order to measure the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. It helps us determine how sticky or how humid it's actually going to feel. So when you have dew points in the 60s and 70s, it's incredibly muggy. It's so muggy this time of the year where you go outside in the middle of the night and it's still so warm and muggy. The atmosphere is just not giving us any kind of break, which is a little concerning, especially for people who don't have air conditioning or don't have a good source of cooling, because typically, you know, at night you would be able to open up windows or at least let in some cooler air. And while temperatures technically are cooler at night, it's so humid and muggy that it's not helpful. So this is why it's also dangerous, because we have many days in a row where we're dealing with temperatures in the upper 90s, low 100s, and then high humidity. The Storm Prediction Center now has parts of our viewing area for today under a low-end risk for severe storms. This is kind of new in the forecast and something that I definitely have my eyes on, because will we have the ingredients for this to happen? I think yes. We'll have the heat, we'll have the humidity. That's exactly what those storms like. And right now it's quiet on our satellite and radar, but as we head into the afternoon, I would not be surprised to see a few clouds start to move through and then possibly 1 or 2 storms. So this is our futurecast at about 11 o'clock. Seems fine, but notice once we hit that 2 o'clock time frame, notice it's very isolated, but a few isolated storms could form. Within those thunderstorms, could see a brief heavy downpour, could hear a rumble of thunder, maybe a little bit of lightning with it as well. There's 3 o'clock, and you can tell it's really not going to impact most of our viewing area whatsoever, but I do want to mention it because it's still a part of the forecast, and if any of those storms do pick up some intensity, I just need you to be aware of that. Not going to be long lasting or anything like that, but it could happen, especially since our atmosphere is so juiced up. It has the heat, it has the humidity, it has the fuel for those storms to form. Over the next 10 days, let's talk about the rain. So small chance today, and then Friday and Saturday don't really see much. We're heading into our 4th of July weekend, and by Sunday, 20% chance for a couple of stray showers. So if you are doing something fun this week and maybe you're going camping and you're staying until Sunday we could have a couple isolated showers or storms. But notice Monday and Tuesday, even into Wednesday, those rain chances go up, which is good because we still desperately need the rain. It is Thursday, so of course we got an updated look at our drought monitor, and we've actually have some pretty good news for North Carolina. Now, it's not extremely good news, but we'll take what we can get. In every single category, we've seen our numbers improve. So we still have 6% exceptional drought there, still 42% of extreme. And as you can see, I mean, the entire state is still very, very dry. But we've made improvements from last week. If we're looking at North Carolina in every single category, you can see those boxes shaded in green there indicating that. In South Carolina, not so much. Really still struggling with that drought, not getting the same relief that we saw here in North Carolina. Focusing in now on our 4th of July weekend, so Friday, 100 degrees. I know lots of people will be out traveling, out and about, getting to their destination to prepare for what I think is a lot of people's favorite weekend of the whole year. You want to watch the fireworks, you want to spend time with family, you want to eat some good food, hopefully jump in the lake or the pool to cool down. Saturday, 101. Again, if we hit that, we would break a record, the hottest 4th of July on record in Charlotte. Remember, the current record is 99 degrees. On Sunday, 99 with a few storms possible. So there's your 4th of July weekend. Make sure you are being safe, you're having fun, you're taking care of yourself. With such extreme heat like you can see here in our Jerry Hunt Super Center 7-day forecast, it would be worth it to even call up a neighbor. Make sure your neighbors are doing good. Check on them. If you know an elderly person who's really sensitive to the heat or doesn't have good AC, make sure they're all set and prepared for this as well. Children are especially irritated by heat like this, you know, and we're going to be seeing this for multiple days in a row. And if you have any pets, for one, if they're outdoor pets, I say bring them inside because it's hot. But if not, make sure they have plenty of shade, lots of fresh, clean water. And if your dog likes to go for a walk, make sure you're just not walking them on the sidewalk, the asphalt. That gets so hot this time of the year. Next week, temperatures drop back down into the low to mid 90s, so more seasonable for this time of the year. But boy, those overnight lows, definitely a big part of the forecast too. It's something that sometimes people can overlook, but I think it's a huge part of our weather forecast on a day-to-day basis, but especially when we're dealing with extreme heat like this.
Oh man, it just sounds so brutal, Majestic. But
Yeah, it's hot.
good tips there. I know yesterday my co-anchor Nick heard of it. He was like, "Oh, I don't know, loopy." And,
Oh, he was?
Yeah, I was like, "You need to hydrate and stay in the
Did
shade."
he take
or
his
something."
run outside?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe we
it
need to
was
ask him that.
Yeah, do it really early or inside on your treadmill for the next few days.
And I even like the high temperatures. I'm a summer girl. I do like it, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, like
Same.
the last couple days, it's been pretty hot. You
It's
spend a little
tough.
time outside, and you're like, my goodness.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, pool, lake, cold plunge, calling our names.
Yes, absolutely.
Majestic, thanks.
Thank